California's prison system under fire tonight. The CDCR, or Department of Corrections, facing a lawsuit after 2 women were killed during conjugal visits. Now, those visits at the Mule Creek State Prison.
And the murders happened early this year, but the victims' families are now teaming up suing the CDCR for wrongful death. Your reporter Brady Halbleib has the details in the suit.
This is a story that we've been following for months now, since 2 women were killed in separate attacks as they participated in conjugal visits with their partners. Both men serving time on previous murder convictions, and now the families are hoping that this lawsuit will spark change.
We just want justice. We just want answers.
I just want to know, why this was allowed to happen.
The family of the 2 victims speaking out and demanding justice after Tanya Thomas and Stephanie Dowles were both killed by strangulation during conjugal visits at Mule Creek State Prison.
I don't want anything to happen to anyone else going up there, I want justice.
In a news conference Thursday, the family's attorney announced that they're pursuing legal action against the prison and CDCR for wrongful death, claiming the prison didn't have enough safety protocols in place to keep their loved ones alive.
And they're demanding accountability for the state prison system, the warden, and everybody associated with this prison system, including the guards, who allowed 2 women who went to see their husbands to get murdered for absolutely no reason.
The families claim the prison failed to properly screen and supervise the visits, and that the prison officials even tried to cover up the first incident. Assemblymember David Tonkapaw represents parts of the Central Valley and is also calling for change and seeking legislation to potentially end conjugal visits in the state altogether.
These 2 families and 2 lives have been lost that should still be here today. That if we just had common sense policies in place, these women would both be alive.
Legal experts say that the state is usually well protected from lawsuits thanks to immunities, but in this case, it's not a matter of whether or not the 2 victims consented to be at the prison, but rather whether the prison is responsible if they didn't do enough to protect the visitors.
And what steps did the prison take to be reasonable, to do what we would expect them under the circumstances? And did they create a special duty, like a special relationship between the poor victim here and the state, where they kind of were going to protect her inside the prison?
I reached out to CDCR and they tell me that they're unable to comment on pending litigation. Meanwhile, Tanya Thomas's husband, Anthony Curry, has been charged with murder related to her death. However, charges have not yet been filed for Stephanie Dowles' death.